United States military has demonstrated its unwavering commitment to NATO readiness as soldiers from the 2nd Squadron, 2nd Cavalry Regiment conducted a high-intensity live-fire exercise at the 7th Army Training Command's Grafenwoehr Training Area in Germany on May 8, 2025. The drills, involving Stryker armored vehicles, M1 Abrams tanks, and joint air support, showcased the regiment's ability to execute rapid, lethal maneuvers in simulated combat scenarios. This exercise comes at a critical time as tensions continue to escalate along NATO's eastern flank, reinforcing America's pledge to deter aggression and uphold collective defense under Article 5. Grafenwoehr Training Area, spanning over 58,000 acres in Bavaria, is one of the largest and most advanced military training facilities in Europe. Its proximity to potential flashpoints in Eastern Europe makes it a strategic hub for US and NATO forces preparing for high-intensity conflict. The area's rugged terrain and state-of-the-art urban warfare simulations provide an ideal environment for testing interoperability among Allied forces. With Russia's continued military build-up near Ukraine and Belarus, Grafenwoehr has become a vital proving ground for US Army Europe and Africa, ensuring troops remain combat-ready amid growing geopolitical instability. During the exercise, soldiers from the 2nd Cavalry Regiment executed a complex multi-domain operation integrating direct fire, indirect artillery support, and close air coordination with US Air Force F-35s. The scenario simulated a rapid response mission to repel an armored incursion, with troops leveraging the Stryker Dragoon's 30mm autocannon and Javelin anti-tank missiles to neutralize enemy forces. Real-time drone surveillance provided by the 173rd Airborne Brigade enhanced situational awareness, while engineers from the 18th Combat Sustainment Support Battalion ensured logistical resilience under simulated electronic warfare conditions. The exercise also tested new NATO interoperability protocols, with Polish and Romanian observers embedded to refine joint tactics. Major General Christopher Norrie, Commanding General of the 7th Army Training Command, emphasized the exercise's strategic importance. This was not just about firing rounds downrange. It was about validating our ability to mass effects across domains with our allies at a moment's notice. The 2nd Cavalry Regiment's performance proves that V Corps can decisively engage threats from the Baltics to the Black Sea. Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Hernandez, Squadron Commander, added, "Our soldiers operated with precision under realistic stress. Every trigger pull, every movement was about sending a clear message, we are ready." Retired General David Petraeus, now a security analyst, noted, "Exercises like this are deterrence in action. They show Moscow that any miscalculation will meet overwhelming force." The 2nd Cavalry Regiment, nicknamed 2nd Dragoons, traces its lineage to 1836 and has been a cornerstone of US forward presence since World War II. Its current mission mirrors Cold War-era deployment when the unit stood guard along the Iron Curtain. Today, as Russia revives Soviet-style aggression, the regiment's role has expanded to include countering hybrid warfare tactics seen in Ukraine. Grafenwoehr itself has hosted US forces since 1945. Evolving from a Nazi Wehrmacht training ground to a linchpin of NATO's eastern defense. The May 8 exercise echoes Operation Atlantic Resolve, the Pentagon's ongoing effort to reassure allies after Russia's 2014 annexation of Crimea. For the US military, the exercise underscores the urgency of modernizing Europe-based forces. The 2nd Cavalry Regiment recently received upgraded Strykers with enhanced anti-drone capabilities, reflecting lessons from Ukraine. Colonel Rachel Whitmore, V Corps Chief of Operations, stated, "We're not just preparing for yesterday's wars. We're integrating AI-driven targeting, space-based reconnaissance, and cyber-hardened communications." The training also validated the Army's new Arctic to Black Sea doctrine, which prioritizes mobility and dispersion to counter Russian long-range fires. With the 2025 National Defense Authorization Act allocating $8.3 billion for European deterrence, exercises like this ensure funding translates into combat power. Politically, the drills reinforce President Biden's pledge to defend every inch of NATO territory. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin declared, "Our commitment is ironclad," while German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius praised the visible strength of US-European unity. However, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov condemned the exercise as provocative saber-rattling, highlighting the delicate balance between deterrence and escalation. Analysts warn that Russia could exploit perceived NATO vulnerabilities during its own upcoming Zapad exercises, raising stakes for US force posture. The Pentagon's 2024 Strategic Posture Review already calls for additional permanent bases in Poland and the Baltics, a move likely to draw Moscow's ire. Looking ahead, the 2nd Cavalry Regiment will deploy to Romania for Sabre Guardian 2025, NATO's largest Black Sea exercise, alongside British and French forces. Meanwhile, Congress is debating a supplemental $2.1 billion package to preposition stocks in Bulgaria and Hungary. Army Chief of Staff General Randy George has flagged the need for more rotational armored brigades, telling the Senate Armed Services Committee, "The era of strategic warning is over. We must be ready to fight tonight." Intelligence suggests Russia may test NATO resolve with border incidents in the coming months, making the Grafenwoehr exercise a timely demonstration of resolve. As the sun set over Grafenwoehr's ranges, the echoes of live fire served as a stark reminder: America's soldiers in Europe are not just training for war. They are shaping the calculus of peace. In a world where power is measured in both bullets and willpower, the 2nd Cavalry Regiment stands as a sentinel of freedom, ensuring that the lessons of history are never forgotten and the promises of tomorrow are never broken.